Herc, people are already starting to talk. This LAFC team is very good. They're 10 points clear of anybody else in MLS. You buying this argument? They're already the best ever?
The best ever? No, not yet. You have to do something with that. You have to win Supporters Shield. You have to win the cup. You have to lift a trophy. So far, they've been knocked out of the Open Cup. Bob Bradley's gotten them to play a certain brand that's exciting. Everybody here in Los Angeles has bought in. They've almost forgotten about the Galaxy. This is an LAFC town. It's cool. It's swag, all that other stuff. But it's what's going on the field. Carlos Vela plays. He dominates. When he doesn't play, other people are stepping up. I mean, we saw Tristan Blackman play center back last night against the Houston Dynamo, against a team that's very explosive on the break. Djokovic and Blackman, and they pulled out a win. It was an alternative squad for them. They pulled out 3 points versus a Houston team that, yes, they are struggling, but has shown they can be very explosive, especially on the counter, and they handle that. This team, whatever you throw out against them, they're doing it well, and it's Bob Bradley. It's having all the players buy into that Bob Bradley system. I mean, he gives Diamante 60 minutes. When he starts, he's going to get his goal. Christian Ramirez, the same thing. Players don't feel comfortable with Bob Bradley, and it's working.
Ale, let's spin this ahead towards MLS Cup. If I give you LAFC or the field, who are you taking? I know Shaka loves the field in any question.
How did that work, by the way?
Not so good.
How's Peru doing?
Well,
Okay. Right now, with Carlos Vela, the way that he's playing, the team, the way it's structured, the comfort level that they have around each other and the understanding that they have around each other, it is hard. It is hard to make an argument for the field. But in MLS, anything's possible. And so you go on a bad run towards the end of the season, maybe you don't have the momentum that you need going into the playoffs, and you get punished. And it has happened time and time again. So we just have to be very careful that we're not crowning people before it is time to do so. Now, it is clear that LAFC is much better than everybody else. And the only real threat that I think they have is themselves, one, and then secondly, the best version of Atlanta United. The question is, when is that best version going to show up? And if it's soon enough, then Atlanta has an opportunity. If not, I think LAFC will go on to win MLS Cup.
Shaka, I won't ask for your opinion because I know
I have a question.
you're taking the field.
Is it a contractual thing that we have to refer to Herc as 3 times MLS champion Herculez Gomez? Is it a title thing?
Well, hey.
Because otherwise, I'm not sure I knew which Herc was showing up.
Drinks on me, Seb. Drinks on me when you get to LA.
There you go. There you go. Elsewhere, San Jose has really turned things around. Herc, is this all just down to Matias Almeyda? This San Jose team was dead last, and it wasn't even close in MLS last year.
Yes, it is Matias Almeyda. Let's not mince words about this. He's completely changed that organization. This is the same team that was dead last. They gave a bunch of these players big contracts, long-term contracts. You just can't unload these contracts and have a completely different team one year to the next. He's doing great things with the team. Tommy Thompson's the right back. Jackson Yule's having this breakout year. He's getting these players to buy into him the same way he did at Chivas, where Chivas, the same team that was fighting relegation, all of a sudden won and lifted 5 trophies. This is Matias Almeyda. This is that samurai soccer we've been hearing about. This is all pelado.
So obviously a huge turnaround, Ale, with San Jose. We saw it in the highlights as well. New England has been very good since Bruce Arena arrived. Which of those turnarounds are you more impressed by?
San Jose. 100% San Jose. Even as good as Matias Almeyda was with Chivas, I did not see the turnaround happening with San Jose the way it did, simply because the talent personnel available was essentially the same as what we saw last year. And we saw how terrible they were. And they weren't bad. They were terrible. And so to think that now this team is where they are, there is a sense for me that it's not only that the players are doing well, not only are they buying into whatever Matias Almeyda is selling, but there is a presence about Almeyda that clearly has generated a confidence in these players that was not there last year. See, players don't just all of a sudden become good players. There has to be something more to it. And the one common denominator is Matias Almeyda. And that's it. The other players, they bought in. Now you see confidence. You believe in what you're doing, and you see that those things are giving you results, and you continue to do it. And so now going to work for the San Jose Earthquakes, going to training is fun. It's enjoyable. You want to be in the locker room. You want to be part of that because you know you're heading in the direction or you're trending in the correct direction. And that all comes from winning. And winning allows everything. And Matias Almeyda is a big part as to what they're winning.
So San Jose, a good turnaround. New England, a good turnaround. Herc, let's talk about this New England team. You weren't very high on Bruce Arena. You said famously that the U.S. job in the second time around was a little too big for him. This revolution fit a little better?
It's a lot better. I think he's found his mold, this sporting director, this coach blend where you have the keys to that kingdom. I don't know how he got into Bob Kraft's ear and finally got him to spend, but he is spending. Carles Gil, Caicedo, Gustavo Bo. He is finally making that investment on the field, off the field, the training facilities. He's finally taking this New England team seriously. They are finally relevant. He for once, Bruce Arena for once, and I want to say he's being humble about it because that's not the Bruce Arena way, but he's going about it in his business. He's going about it the right way, the way he knows how. These players for once, because under Brad Friedel, they didn't have that enjoyment. And just like Ali was talking about with Matias Almeyda, they felt almost stifled. They felt in an environment where they couldn't be themselves, where they're going to be criticized. Bruce Arena has been the exact opposite for these players. He's been a breath of fresh air. Juan Agudelo is playing now in the midfield. He's gotten this kind of second air. Teal Bunbury out of nowhere is scoring goals consistently out of midfield. Not only scoring them, he's setting them up. He's getting these players to believe in themselves and have fun while they're doing it. I don't know how he's done it, but this has been the first time in a long time that New England's been relevant.
For more, sign up now for ESPN Plus.